hope everyone's having a good Monday. Uh, I had a pretty good couple of days off. I hope you had a pretty good couple of days off. Uh, so, how is everyone? I hope everyone has managed to find themselves a hobby or an interest that can absorb themselves because we don't talk pandemic here, but it looks like we're going to have another year of this bullshit. So, yeah, anyway, that's that. Oh, don't like when my sleeves are bunched up. It makes me crazy. All right, so yeah, so we are still on hat for the time being, this streamer, which is why it looks uh weird, shaped weirdly like this. Um, not really trying to stress a lot. These next, these next. Ooh, excuse me. These next few weeks. I didn't even cut the timer on. What time is it? It's 7:36. All right. Um, wow, really? My alarm clock went off at 7. I'm like, all right, I'll give myself a fit. So then I had dinner. I watched the video that actually one was 10 minutes and one was 15 minutes. So yeah, 7:30. Sorry. Good Lord, I'm a mess. We'll see what happens. But I had a fairly decent Monday. Um, I didn't follow a lot of the news, but I someone sent me a clip of Kamala Harris and Charlemagne the God. Uh, uh, one, she's a politician. She should have better reactions other than outrage. It's very Hillary Clinton of her. But two, you should have some respect for for these people, right? But again, if these people never do anything for you or yours, why would you? Um, hey, William, good to see you. Best show on Haps, really? This one? That'd be awesome. We should get a trophy. Oh man, I got something in my tooth. Excuse me. Mm, Anywho, so yeah, I mean, you can't. Yeah, it just seemed like unnecessary drama. And it plays into the hand that she doesn't know how to handle things. I don't know. Don't know. So they had a five-timer. Well, first of all, they had a Saturday Night Live show that was horrible. No audience, right? Almost no cast members. Propping it up with like fucking Steve Martin and Tom Hanks, right? Um, Half the update team was there. It was just they should have just canceled the show. Uh, but no Alec Baldwin, right? Five Timers Club. No Alec Baldwin. I mean, I get it. He's in the middle of some serious shit. Got a lap dance. So what? He got a lap dance. Oh boy, yeah. But see, again, you're supposed to keep it. You're supposed to keep it. Yeah. Look, how can I phrase this? We want the police department to keep it casual, not that casual. Um, hey Milton, good to see you. They transferred him. Yeah. No one gets fired, but you'll be transferred. That just makes sense. But some of this, I mean, it's a lap dance. The the people running the New York City Police Department, I don't know, they're true believers in the bullshit. Omicron variant now accounts for 70% of new U.S. COVID-19 cases. Is that even mathematically possible? Hold it, wait a minute. Did the other just stop going around? Did all of it mutate? God, this is. Wait, he got a lap dance by a rookie cop? Oh, yeah, his ass needs to go. That's a bad example. I would fire her. Uh, you know, good lord. She makes the work environment harder for the ladies trying to do the job, right? And here's the double-edged sword you're working with. One minute, I remember when I was a young man. Well, hold it. I thought this was at work. It was a Christmas party. Okay, yeah. See, here's the thing. Those was it a department party? Was it a precinct party? Cause like work party, you're still on, supposed to be on your P's and Q's. You're not supposed to drink too much, just like any other party, right? Um, no, that's not casual. That's not good. Uh, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he needs to go. She needs to be retrained. Um, she just, I mean, just it yeah yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I I can tell you a story. There was this lady police officer who had no arrests in 15 years, and the police commissioner fired her. And he was like, "What kind of cop doesn't have any arrests in 15 years?" And she tried to appeal it, but she couldn't, because at the end of the day, he was right. She had no parking tickets. She didn't arrest anybody in 15 years. Yeah. Every now and then, some of these commissioners get a bugaboo up their butts about somebody, and they can undo you completely. And why wouldn't they? They're the police commissioner. If you were in the army and a general took to disliking you, he could undo you. And yeah, you may not like it, but it kind of makes sense, right? He's got all this power and authority on his side to do that. So luckily, in this our system, you know, it hits the media, everybody reads about it, right? Versus the Chinese system where nothing ever happens and whoever complains about it disappears. But yeah, you can't be having lap dances from your new recruits. What kind of bullshit is that? That's just. I wonder what his wife said. Yeah, you know. Yeah, whiskey. Look, I like whiskey, but I that's bad judgment. If you drink and it makes your judgment worse, you need to stop drinking. Right? Um, and it depends the kind of drinker you are. Are you the kind of drinker that cries when you drink, or sings every song and tells a thousand jokes, right? Or do you get pensive and just get quiet and works your glass, right? But if you get all horny and sexy, don't drink at work parties. How about that? People are ridiculous. Everybody's watching you, right? Everybody's watching you. It's like going to a bachelorette party and doing something wild because you're drunk, and then sobering up and realize that you did all that wild shit around like your friends and your new in-laws friends or whatever the fucking case may be. Just doesn't make any sense. I'm the kind of drinker that dresses like a woman. Kidding. Yeah, man. It's not shocking anymore. I think it used to be like I was saying a couple of days ago. I think it used to be shocking in the '70s, right? When what's that guy? Oh, what's that guy? He was Archie Bunker, right? Um, but 30 years later, actually, it was like 50 years later. 50 years later, I'm thinking about painting my nails. How about that for progress? I remember when I got my earrings. Like I think I've had earrings in. This is how weird things change. I got this earring because I'm 16 now. Um, Oh, you got to get in the right ear because you get in the wrong ear, you're gay, and it's a signal to the gays. That, I totally bought in. Could you buy all kind of dumb shit when you're like? There's a committee, there's a handbook saying if you wear it this ear, it means it. I was like, oh yeah. So then I had it in this ear, and I was rebelling. I was 16, and it was in that ear for 2 years. My father was like, earring. Got a boyfriend too? My father, right? Because totally, the idea of an earring to him was just crazy. Um, I guess it's like the idea of tattoos in the 80s when people started getting tattoos, or maybe the 90s. Um, so I had this for 2 years, and then I got this one when I was like 18 or 19, because I was like balanced, right? Um, and I've worn hoop earrings ever since. Uh, it's weird though. It's just weird how like that works out. But now people don't have earrings; they have like giant holes in their ear. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's just a little odd. That's too much, and I can't have any of that. The young people with their new earring styles and rebelling in their own way. How dare they? Right? But I was gonna paint my nails to paint learning piano, right? So I was gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, uh, right, and mark it, and just to kind of, yeah, I still may do it. She's on the cover of the Post. Oh, the cop? Is she bad? Is she fine? Should I look it up? Don't have me look up hot cops, Conway. I'm kind of drinking that dress a little. When I was 17, I want an earring, and my dad said, "So where you gonna live?" Yeah, see, that's a great line. So where you gonna live? Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've been having internet issues like all day. Um, it doesn't make any sense. I have to call my carrier. They're a freaking $1 trillion company. They should be able to get it right. Why my eyes? My eyes hurt. Ugh. Woo. All right. Um. Oh, good Lord. New York Post. It's almost like I never left home. If you're gonna have me look up some of the sketchy stuff. Bezos exposes Pecker. Okay. Black Lives Matter. New York Post. Yeah, these are some of the old shit. 11 hours ago, Hampton's cop pulled over Alec Baldwin in Hilaria after a warrant issued for his phone. So they pulled him over on the side of the road and took his phone? People are ridiculous. Hampton's cops pull over Alec Baldwin in Hilaria after her name is Hilaria though. That's hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. That name is fucking ridiculous. Pull over Alec Baldwin after warrant issued for his phone. December 20th. This is today, 8:08 a.m. Ali Boyd and his wife were pulled over by police in the Hampton Saturday, 2 days after investigators issued a warrant for them about an active cell phone. Normally, you turn that shit over to your lawyer and he walks it into the cops. Why did the cops have to go get it? Baldwin, 63, was photographed sitting inside the car with Hilaria, 37. Spoke with a cop on the side of the road before pulling out his phone and showing the screen. The yoga instructor was wearing a long green coat and a white baseball cap. Spoke calmly with the. Of course, she spoke calm. She spoke calmly with the officers. What was she gonna? Before returning to the vehicle. I mean, there's nothing you can do when the law goes to do this thing. It is not immediately clear why the couple was pulled over. Yeah, there was an open warrant. The warrant was not for his arrest. The warrant was for his phone. So if you are to take this phone into custody from said individual when you run across said individual, right? You don't have to issue a 10 points bulletin. He's a famous rich guy. You know where he lives. You can just send the information to that department and go, this kind of car he drives, this is what he looks like. He's the famous actor. When you pull him over, uh, searching for his phone and take the phone into custody and then transfer the phone to whatever legal ex so and so is going to handle the phone. But I will say, I have not ever heard of this shit. I have never heard of this. Uh, it was like a traffic stop. Why don't more people get this? Because my one of my complaints about the police department is not everybody needs a felony car stop, which is when you pull up at a distance, you block off the car, get the fuck out the car, blow your brains out, put your hands behind your head, walk backwards to make it on your knees. Nobody, everybody needs that unless you know they robbed a bank or killed somebody. But if you don't know who, that's not a good fucking good reason to fuck with people. This is why everybody hates the cops. I should really do some PR cop work, seriously, because I'm not gonna even entertain the bullshit, and I think people do for the money. But yeah, some of this is easily fixable. But this more of this, right? If you know some asshat knucklehead, is driving and he's not supposed to be, you'll need to get the high speed chase with him. As soon as he parks and goes to sleep the next morning, bright and early coming out for work, grab him then. Boom, yeah, we caught you driving yesterday. No high speed chases, no yada yada yada. It's just him and like nine cops about to throw him in handcuffs, and that's the way that goes. Right? Boom, done. We have a warrant for your phone. Mr. Armor handed over. I bought all my fucking numbers and this is bullshit. Yeah, yeah, shut up. Give me your phone. Yeah, that's the way that works. Protest, protest, protest. It's fine. I wonder what, but see, this might be what gets the whole case thrown out. Because I don't see why they want his phone unless they can prove that there's evidence on his phone that, yeah, I'm going to shoot this bitch. Or we're having a torrid affair and she threatened to tell my wife and I don't know. You know what I mean? Unless someone said to the cops she was having an affair with him and they were like, what? Where's her phone? Right? So now that corroborates everything. You don't really need his phone. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. The way the American justice system works. Yeah. You'll never take my war hat alive, coppers. Um, he transferred from the 44th precinct to transit. Where's the 4-4? Wait, don't tell me. Manhattan. It's in Brooklyn. So he went from well, but it depends. Right? New York is a very big place. If he drove in from Suffolk County and they wanted to punish him, they will put him in the Bronx. Right? So now you got to drive in and you add an hour to your commute. Right? Um, he could be in transit in the same, like closer to his house. It's still the same job required. He's a lieutenant. I mean, at this point, his job is management of people, right? And that's it. Because if I remember it, the way it works is for every command, you have three captains. You have the CO, the XO, and the administrative captain. Um, and each of those captains have, I want to say, three lieutenants, right? So now he's already one of nine lieutenants. And each of those lieutenants, I want to say, are in charge of five sergeants. And each of those sergeants are likely in charge of about 30 to 50 cops, right? Then you have specialty units and specialty sergeants who are in charge of just each sergeant is in charge of like 12 guys, right? Because they're special sergeants, and those cops are special cops. And you know that the captain there is just him and one other captain, and there's four lieutenants instead of so it's don't even get me started. This is not true and a lie, she wrote in her caption. The New York Post will come after me for more than speaking about da 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 da. So they just showed up and flee New York City home with his wife and the cell phone wanted by the police. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know what to tell you. This society, I mean, the American society is just, I don't even know what to say. Uh, all right. In the line of booty, the the New York Post is utterly ridiculous. In the line of booty. All right. What is this? All right. Wife of lap dance lover NYPD Lieutenant lashed out in wake of raunchy video and rookie cop. Yeah, see. What? Yeah. Raunchy? I mean, I mean, it's lap dancing. Who wrote this? Tina Moore, Kevin Sheehan, and Craig McCartney. Yeah. All right. As his husband holds her back. His husband holds her back. Anyway, what are you gonna do? Um, yeah. I don't even know what to tell you. Some of the New York Post one-liner headliners. Yeah, booty calls. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, don't knock on a wool hat in the winter, cause if I get cold, the first thing I would do is, in the old days, is grab a hoodie. Um, Now I grab a wool hat, and I can still, yeah, I gotta tell you. So I'm look really quickly about the just Ghislaine Maxwell thing, right? There was no real evidence of any of this other than people said stuff about it. She trained me, that kind of stuff. But if you think she was as big as a monster as you told us she was, and you raided Epstein house and took all their shit, surely he has a video of her and one. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be any of these other people that you're thinking about. It could find its way to condemn her. It doesn't sound like she's condemned, right? It just sounds like she was a freaky rich lady. Because I got to tell you, I would expect like photographic videotape evidence to be played at this trial, right? Your Honor, this is where we're going to stop the tape because it gets really graphic. This young lady is only 15. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Yeah, we won't show the rest of that in open court, but this is outrageous. We know where this is leading, right? Isn't that evidence? Yeah, this whole thing is just, uh, it's the most let down. You know what it's like? It's like being told that this is the worst serial killer you will ever find. Oh my God, victims, 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 murder, 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 murder. And then my trial comes up, and then they have like all these ladies who knew me throughout my life who don't like me, or, I was an asshole to, or who I had a fight with, or who I dated, or who I just sold candy from in the third grade, right? Uh, People, well, I just never liked him in the first place. He dated my sister, but at the end of the day, you're convicted. You're a monster. But at the end of the day, you're like, you say he was a giant monster killer of ladies, serial killer guy, and you didn't show any murder weapon, murder bodies, murder victims, murder anything, right? But you got your conviction anyway. This is this is this is the shit that scares me about this country, and it should scare everybody because nobody cared when it was just black people getting 30 years who were innocent. Now they're just doing it to everybody, and in 10 years they'll be doing it to the political cronies, not cronies, not appointees, political adversaries, right? So everybody's talking about looking into Trump. I'm like, all right, as soon as he's out, people are gonna look into the Clinton Foundation and all these other things, and it's just gonna be another slide in a place where people bring AR-15s to peaceful fucking rallies, and then people are gonna be like, I can't believe how did we get here? You mean how we get here? Fucking school shootings. The one good development in all these school shootings is that they arrested both parents of this kid. Right? Now you may go, "Oh, that's outrageous." I think you're siding on the wrong half of this. I look at this as a shot across parents' bow. Better fucking do something about your children. It's been 25 years since Columbine. This is outrageous, right? They got to figure out a way to handle it in the workplace environment too. But yeah, they're gonna have to. But the idea, I mean, they didn't like run out and buy the boy a gun, but still, impetuous children. You killed 6 people. You had that Bill Clinton portrait in a dress, in a blue dress. There's a lot of stuff that no one pays the price for. There's that politician who was dating that Russian woman, turned out to be a spy. He went right back to his life. Like, I'm like, I hope the CIA spoke to him. I hope somebody had a word with him. But it's something tells me nobody did because I don't think anybody's in charge anymore. I think we're on a slow glide into the trees. That's a phrase that I came across, I want to say 20 years ago, where it's like it's a dead stick, right? It means you can't do anything with the plane, or it means no one's at the controls. So the plane is slowly losing altitude and losing fuel, right? So it's not dropping like this where everybody would notice it. It's just a slow glide, right? It's slowly getting lower and lower and lower until we just disappear into the landscape when it all could have been avoided. Somebody could go, hey, who's flying this thing? Who's in charge here? Somebody go check the cockpit. Oh, so I'm glad someone said that. Whoever that guy says who gets the world's attention, this country's attention, because it wasn't Trump and it wasn't Obama, it's definitely not going to be Hillary Clinton. They're trying to float her because they know that Buttigieg and this Harris Buttigieg ticket that they're trying to Frankenstein together is going to be as much of interest to the voting populace as what is of little interest? The laundry of a homeless person and 6 week a 6 week old sandwich. That's about as much interest as you're gonna get out of this. I can't wait for to see what happens with the black community, because I'm telling you, no one's coming out. No one's coming out. It's gonna be a massacre, and the Republicans are gonna do laps and give pat themselves on the back and fuck it up like they always do. And then, when you squawk about that, call you a socialist or communist, or they'll tell you there's going to be a war on drug, which is another code for warring blacks or hippies or liberals or anybody like that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Well, here's the thing about that missing airliner. It wasn't a bang because they didn't find any debris, right? Um, and it wasn't a descent because they would have been able to track it on radar. So they don't know what happened to it. A slow glide would have because radar stops at I want to say about uh 900 feet or something dumb like that, right? Once you drop below 900 feet, you fall out of radar. So somebody thinks maybe somebody cut the transponder off and took the airplane someplace. But people would turn up, and that's the thing, right? It's like when you hear people saying they blew up the World Trade Center. I was like, even if this was a government thing, and it's always these wild government plans of the government killing its own people by the droves. Not that the government has not ever killed its own people. I mean, I'm a descendant of many people that the government has wiped out of this bitch, right? Um, but to say that the government will blow up like the World Trade Center, right? And then everybody will keep it quiet and it would never leak is bullshit, right? No one would be bothered because there were children in that building who died, right? So no one's religious. No one's got a conscience. Oh yeah, I'm super happy to do it, and then they retire, and then 10 years down the line, they don't feel regret or remorse. Oh well, maybe the CIA is running around killing all those people. Oh, okay, so now everybody who works for the CIA knows that they can be knocked off for someone's failed scheme at any given moment. That doesn't put a lot of faith in that organ. You know what I mean? Some stuff just doesn't make sense. Um, yeah, but I think it was an electrical failure. I really do. But they say they were traveling the wrong direction. And I think that could have been it. But it could have just be one of those crazy anomaly things of I should turn that TV down. Uh, it could be just one of those wild things like that Russian camping site that like all hell seemed to have broken loose. They found people naked in the woods. One guy face down in the water. They didn't know why people were drunk, why people were naked in 20 -20 degree weather. There was a giant hole in the tent. It's like what? But everybody died, so they didn't know what happened. My man Ted, how you doing, sir? So yeah, so yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. It was 24 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Really? Oh, it's cold here now. But 2 days ago it was 73 degrees. outrageous. What's the weather? It's 47 degrees right now. It's 40 degrees right now. It's going down to 39, which is fairly cold. 46, 36, 37, 53, 45, 47, 51, 46, 46, 47. Yeah, 39 is cold here. 36 is cold here. 37 is cold here. 46 is about right. Uh, yeah. Well, no real topic. I was just out here shooting the jazz. Uh, I did watch Tom Brady lose yesterday, though. I was like, huh. You don't see that very often. Uh, yeah, I had a pretty good week. I watched a lot of the games and I didn't do anything. Uh, and I got my air fryer, so I may make some French fries this weekend. Uh, other than that, I guess we're gonna wrap it up because it's 8, and we like to get you guys back to your Monday night. Is there Monday night football tonight, dude? I love some French fries. That's why I think I'm gonna use it exclusively for. But yeah, we're gonna turn this show around come the new year. Um, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Uh, man, don't do you even want to get me started on Joe Manchin? I would wreck his world. He embarrassed me on the world stage. I would end him. His daughter is breaking the law, right? Isn't she? Is that what they're saying? And all this interest. Yeah, people get arrested. I would show zero mercy for this bullshit. All's fair in love and war. All right, motherfucker. You yeah. Yeah, they never this is how this country's going to break. Yeah, she's another fucking idiot. Uh I guess she's going to make a lot of money betraying all these people, right? It's ridiculous. It really is. Um I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, she's done. But here's the thing. I think the calculation here is down the line when she is next electable, people will have forgotten about this and they will have rehabilitated her some other way. And that works all the time. That's why people stayed there for 50 years. Um, that's why Pelosi is still there. Schumer is still there, right? They all voted for the crime bill, cut our throat, and you're still voting for them. Not you per se, but I'm saying, but the community is still voting for these people. It's I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you. Uh, yeah, we talked about her earlier. Her and Charlemagne the God, right? Uh, it seemed to me that she sort of pulled the Hillary Clinton, where first of all, you should be able to deal with him if you're a politician, right? Like the art of rhetoric is one of the games that politicians play, just talking without saying anything. But you never like lose your temper, lose your cool. And it just looks more and more like she won't be. Do I want to say she won't be on the ticket if he survives the ticket, which I don't think he will? Uh, she won't be his pick, or the party's pick. But I don't think he. It's not like he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna make the next 3 years. I mean, he's having trouble walking around, and once they stick him in a wheelchair or a walker, people are gonna have 1,000 fucking questions for him. Uh, Serious questions for him. Look, no disrespect. I mean, that's the way the game works, right? At first, you're born and you can't do anything, and you got to be carried around and fed, right? And burped and put to sleep. and then eventually you can stand up, and then eventually you can toddle, not even walk, like crawl, and then stand up, and then toddle, and then walk, right? Um, and down at the other end of that spectrum is it gets harder to see, harder to hear, harder to hold your balance. So he's out here trying to be all virile. He ran for president, hiding in the basement and showing pictures of him being virile on a bicycle. 7 year olds can ride a bicycle, and you haven't seen him do that since. She's peaked. She can write a book. Join an adversary group. Yeah, she can become a talk show host. No, she's gonna. She's too like she wouldn't that. She'd have been a vice president. She's gonna do more than a talk show. She's gonna get. I think she's gonna. What's the word? She's. I think she's gonna try and cash out. Um, Podcast is good too, but you got to have a following, and who gives a fuck about it? That's the problem. She could join Haps and really sink it. Uh, Thanks, Milton. Uh, so yeah, I don't know who's gonna vote for her. I mean, her campaign is dead already. She would need what would she need? She would need to do some spectacular thing because her negatives are so negative, right? Her negatives are so negative. All right, see, I know what you're doing, Ted. I appreciate you, but I swear to God, man, stop spamming the chat with that. Anyway, we were about to end this thing anyway. If you guys are gonna get silly, uh, uh, I appreciate you, Ted. You know I do. Uh, yeah. So the new update is come January. We're gonna be more on Twitch streaming nightly. Probably around what time is it now? Ooh, 8 o'clock. We haven't even figured it out yet. Us old timers. Um, but yeah, somewhere around there. We'll see how that goes. Uh, no, 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 no. Okay, I gotta find James too. All right. So this is what happened. You know what? No, okay, no, I don't hate it anymore. I was oh boy. See, Ted, why you put me on blast, man? Uh, I don't hate it. Oh, okay. So, all right, all right. Mm-hmm. Um. Whew. All right. So where were we? I want to thank you guys for the love that you've shown to Ted and Milton. I appreciate it. I appreciate the both of you. I do. Um, what is 50 Cent between friends? All right. Uh, there's a story behind that I've since come to realize that Ted has told me it was my fault. William, thank you for coming through. I'll see you tomorrow. I will be back here tomorrow. I'm having internet lapses, which is why I haven't been streaming. So I haven't actually figured it out with my carrier yet. Um, but yeah, we want to throw up a couple of practice sessions of gaming. I don't know what we're gonna game, but we're gonna game something. Uh, Here's the thing. Normally, I like single player games because I'm a single player gamer. But now I think I actually might be able to get some Haps gamers together and come up with like a gaming squad of people who play everything from chess to fucking Phantasmagoria. Is that the name of that game? Uh, but either way, it's coming to you in the next 2 weeks. I could do an after show. You want to do an after show? My show is about to come to an end, but I will still be streaming if you want to stream something. 8:20. Yep, this one's been about 50 minutes. So yeah, get at me. All right, busy. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming through. Uh, I appreciate you. It is. Here's the thing. I have the heat on, and I'm cold because it's fucking cold outside. Like, so the heat being on at this level when it's 5 degrees warmer outside is perfect. Now I feel cold. It is what it is, baby. All right, boys and girls. I will see you in the next one, and the next one is definitely going to be tomorrow. So come on through. Uh, do we want to get it at 7 o'clock or 7:30? I keep streaming at 7:30. We might have to shove it back, but then I want to be off by 8 so people can. You know what? Don't even get me started. I want to say 7:15, 7:30. I don't know. I don't know. Let's. We're gonna call it 7. I'll see you here tomorrow at 7. All right. We're back on schedule. 7 o'clock. Have a good night. Thanks for coming through. Ted, get at me. Thanks for coming through, William. Thanks for coming through, Milton. Um, and we'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow. Like and subscribe. And where is it? Here it is. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna have to put this in a more easy to get spot on my Twitch channel, on my YouTube channel, and we will get with you tomorrow.